You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen
to the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God! God forbid! God forbid! One comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people. No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it is treated black people.
So the one thing I don't like so far, the only thing I don't like, is two things actually. Piers Morgan is basically trying to push him on the anti-Semitism tweet, right? Like the, or I guess the Jewish tweet. My only problem with that is that it's still freedom of speech, and those people have a right to feel how they feel. Except I think Kanye West made the mistake of saying, "How dare they feel this way when my people felt this way?" I think that's like a victim, like victim comparison type of thing. It's weird. Like comparing suffering is super weird. Comparative suffering, actually. Yeah, that's what Dave Chappelle said. It's pretty weird. And I just didn't like that response. He could have just said what Andrew Tate said. He could have said, "I'm sorry that offended them, but I still meant exactly what I said because that's what I went through."
People like you. However, it's one form of racism doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence.
I'm glad he's getting called out.
One form of racism. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago. But we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that. But you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in.
So I might be dumb, but I don't get the analogy right there when he said you're trying to pull me back to the civil rights movement, like 1960s. I don't get why he just said that, but let's keep going.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah, here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have
we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take.
I like Kanye West, but that was still a stupid response to me. Why are you bringing up money in this? Does this have anything to do with money? Like why people are mad at you? I thought it was like, ethical thing that people were mad at you about. Not anything to do with money. Like I said, I support Kanye West. I like him, except this, I don't know.
Your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Why don't you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong? Can we do that deal?
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people, I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me.
You know what? Before he even finishes, that is fair, actually. I like that. He is going to refer to the people that he is dealing with as Jewish people. If that's how he explained it, I don't know when he explained that, except if that's how he explained it, I actually appreciate that. And the second thing is, I really appreciate how Kanye West is calling out Piers Morgan for interrupting so much, because he interrupts a lot. And Andrew Tate did not do that. I'm glad Kanye West is doing that. Let's keep going.
my people and my fellow creatives, but you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I
you
didn't.
tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave
What
me.
is Kanye
I
wearing?
think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
Do you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that are hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people, and I was hurt. Yeah.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that, doing what you just did and saying, look, I'm sorry, I crossed a line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong to hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just going to give it all up to God right now and say to those families that are hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug. And I want to, I say, I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments. And I want to word it in not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
So pretty much that was a interesting interview, to say the least. All right, so the first thing I want to say, I'm glad Piers Morgan got a taste of his own medicine, because oh my God, he interrupts a lot. That's the first thing. The second thing is Kanye West, I think bringing up, black people's struggles in this was kind of weird. I think it was a better way for him to handle that criticism. He could have went a lot of different types of ways, but comparative suffering to me is never the right way to go. Because it's like, oh, I'm a victim. Oh no, I'm more of a victim. I don't like the victim stuff. I really don't like being a victim at all. I don't like people saying that they're the victim. I don't like that. But I do appreciate Kanye clarifying that when he said he's going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, he meant the specific people that he was doing business with that happened to be Jewish. I wish he would have just said that at first, or like list off the people or whatever. I don't know. He could have just said that. But at the same time, you can definitely say some. He could have just said some Jewish people. He could have said that too, honestly. But like I said, at the end of the day, Kanye West, to me, he is still an innovator. He's still a genius. Also, this was edited a lot too. I don't think he just apologized like that, like right after that sentence. That was pretty contradictory. So I'm pretty sure he didn't just do that. This is edited a lot. But other than that, my name is J Dottie. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.